Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier, because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Trying to find a set, they call them cans. If you're watching the show, the cans are the headsets. That's the headset. Yeah, live radio, live TV. Yeah, it's TV. Go to letstalknutrition.com and you can watch the show. It's great to be with you. I hope you're having a good day. What is today? We're in the middle of the week sometime?
I think so.
Okay. I'm just checking.
Do you want me to do it?
No.
Okay.
Mike.
Mike.
Come on, you want somebody to do it. Someday.
Someday. Mike. That's a great commercial. They now even play that in the movies when you're going to the movie theater to get you to turn off your phone. They use the premise of that commercial to get people out the camels walking through the audience. That's great. Funny stuff. Valentine's Day's coming up. Chocolate. Lots of chocolate. Now, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Man. What are you going to get the missus, Stephen? Oh, that was great. Exactly. What? Man, a few words, but boy, I'll tell you. That was good. It's Valentine's Day coming, Stephen. Valentine's Day.
Yes. We've got some plans. There's a concert this weekend locally here that we're going to go to and stay a night at one of the spa resorts around here. So.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Actually have a big to do this weekend.
No kidding.
Yeah.
My man. Okay. Casanova in disguise. I didn't know.
Well, I was kind of told to do this, so I stuck to the list.
I'm going to here. You can't make this up. I'm going to tell you how to be romantic. This is how I want you to love me. Is that what we got here?
Well, I stuck to the list.
Oh my God. Well, you're going to be doing more than I'm doing. I shouldn't talk. That was good. Oh my God, I needed that. Oh, Stephen, you're a classic, man. You're the best. I can always count on you to put a nice perspective on things. Well, welcome to the show. We do try to have a little fun around here. After all, death, dying, and disease equals depression. I'm not going down that road. I'm not going to do the show that way. You'll never listen to me. So we try to laugh. I think laughter and humor is good therapy. Oh, man. Oh, that was good. Huh? Valentine's Day. It's my Valentine's Day is my grandson's birthday. Michael. His name's Michael. He's he's a lovely man. He's such a good guy. He really is. What a wonderful guy he is. Man. Wonderful man. Love that boy. Michael. Maybe some of you are having a birthday on Valentine's Day. Call the show so we can wish you happy birthday. Yeah. 877-897-8255 would be the toll-free number. Of course, today's only the 11th, but nevertheless, 877-897-8255. Now, on a more serious side of Valentine's Day, the metaphor, of course, and the symbol for Valentine's Day is the heart. And the heart, yeah. And by the way, February is Heart Month, American Heart Month. I suspect there's not one person, not one, listening or watching this show right now that has not had the experience of a broken heart. And broken hearts, I remember when I gave my mother's eulogy, the theme of the eulogy was finding a way. And I recall, this is not long ago, as you know, opening up with, right at the beginning of the eulogy, and I said my mother was a remarkable woman, and she would always find a way. If you came to her with a garment that couldn't be mended, she would find a way. Or if you came to her with a broken heart, she would find a way to mend it. And I developed that theme for her eulogy. So I'm reminded of that as I report on this story about broken hearts. My mother could exactly do that. She would help you find a way to mend your broken heart. Mending a broken heart is not so easy. And as it turns out, there's a medical condition that's called broken heart syndrome. I'm kid you not. Broken heart syndrome. Typically, it happens when people experience a lot of stress. It's some sort of highly stressful or emotional event, such as a romantic breakup. It could be the death of a spouse or a loved one. A serious medical diagnosis is included in this syndrome, or even significant financial problems can lead to are included in this syndrome. And oftentimes, they report that the symptoms can be mistaken for a heart attack. So, out of Loyola University Health System, I came across this morning, and they were talking about on Valentine's Day, people who have been unlucky in love will be said to suffer from a broken heart. How true that is. I suspect the three fellows in this studio with me here, the two fellows and myself, not each one of us, I know, has had a broken heart, unless you're just stone cold immune to that, John.
Stone cold killer?
Stone cold immune to broken. No, I don't
Nope.
I don't believe that.
Nope.
You're far more sensitive than that.
Yep.
As I said, I'm having a terrible time with my voice. Pardon me. Broken heart refers to it's an actual medical condition that feels oftentimes like a heart attack. You probably have seen this maybe at a funeral or at some tragic event or whatever, some incident, or you may have experienced it yourself. And broken heart syndrome, as I said, occurs during highly stressful or emotional moments. So it's also called stress-induced, the broken heart syndrome is also called stress-induced cardiomyopathy. So I have a caller who knows exactly another name for it, and I was getting ready to say it, and I looked up to my left, and there's a computer screen off to my left, and her name is there, and then they have the word that I was going to say, and she wanted to comment on it. So I won't steal her thunder. I will wait till we come back, and we'll take the callers, the listeners' call. If you're viewing the show, what you'll see on your screen is the news release from Loyola Medicine. Is there really such a thing as a broken heart? Is the headline on the story or on the news release. And the fact of the matter is there is such a thing. And I suspect, again, each and every one of us in some form or fashion, for one reason or another, have experienced it. Be right back. Hi, this is Dr. Michael Garko. Did you know that over 20 million people in the United States suffer from some form of joint pain? If you have joint or muscle pain, Flexin can help. Good joints are an essential part of everyday life, and the lack of healthy joints can prevent you from enjoying daily activities and rob you of a better quality of life. Flexin is specially formulated with CM8 to provide the pain relief and support your joints need. Flexin CM8 is designed to lubricate your joints and muscles while reducing inflammation and supporting stronger cartilage. Flexin isn't just another glucosamine supplement, it's much more. Its extraordinary formula is composed of powerful ingredients and a special blend of enzymes that make digestion and absorption fast and easy, with results in as little as 1 week. So if you want to enjoy everyday activities again and improve your quality of life, look no further than Flexin. For more information, call 1-800-NPAIN. That's 1-800-NPAIN, or visit your local fine health food store and pick up a bottle of Flexin today.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit takesolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Did you know that when it comes to supporting whole body health, there's an herbal supplement that may be as important as your daily multivitamin? Discover Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter. Formulated to support a whole body, healthy inflammation response, an ongoing natural process and part of the body doing its job. We often think of the inflammation response as something we can feel, such as where there are sensitive nerve endings. But did you know that we can also have an inflammation response we can't feel? And whether we are aware of it or not, our inflammation response can affect the whole body. Zyflamend is a patented blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, that help balance and support your body's natural, healthy inflammation response for overall health and wellness. And it's clinically tested. Discover the premier herbal supplement for whole body health from New Chapter, Zyflamend Whole Body. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local fine health food store.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Before you know it, Valentine's Day will be here. February 14th. It's coming up. So I'm reporting on a story out of Loyola University Health System. As I understand it, Stephen, the show before me, Jamie Maloney's show, you had Jody Argo on there. She just stepped into the studio here a moment ago.
Yep.
She had forgotten something, and I understand she was talking about relationships.
Yeah, I believe she's a relationship coach in a sense, and she has a book. I can't recall the name of it, but yeah, they were talking about relationships and the interaction between your partner and communication. So yeah,
good, excellent. Yeah, she
good lead in.
Yeah, I didn't realize that she stepped in. She had forgotten something and mentioned that they were talking about this as well. So I have a listener in Largo, Florida. Name is Joan. So I didn't steal your thunder. The name is also called what?
Takotsubo.
Takotsubo's cardiomyopathy or transient, here you go, apical ballooning syndrome. I didn't make that up. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, be quiet. Transient. Of course you would know. You've been a nurse for 30 years. Transient apical ballooning syndrome. That's what it's called. All right. So share with the listener what you know about this syndrome.
Well, Takotsubo syndrome is something that I've been in the cardiac cath lab where we actually look inside arteries and put stents inside arteries since 1990. And back in 1990, it was very interesting. The incidence of diagnosed Takotsubo, I'm not certain of the year that the physician came up with that syndrome, but we haven't seen much incidence back in the 90s. As of lately, we've seen a lot more incidence of people coming in presenting like a heart attack, short of breath. Their EKGs show changes consistent with ischemia, and also their cardiac markers are elevated. Everything points to a heart attack. Yet when we bring them in the lab and we visualize their coronary arteries, they're wide open. So it's very logical. The next question is to ask them if they had any stresses in their life. And sure enough, Dr. Garko, my heart breaks because it's suicide, sudden death, cancer, the scenario is always different, but it's always traumatic, and it's just heartbreaking to watch that, although it is reversible in most cases.
This is an interesting illustration of how the mind and the body are connected, at least in my view. This is fascinating to me. It's so compelling because the person is not having a heart attack. The symptoms include, typically, as you know, Joan, chest pain, difficulty breathing, and all of the other signs and symptoms of a heart attack. And it's a broken heart. I mean, they're just emotionally distraught to the extent that the body behaves biochemically, physiologically, as if it were having a heart attack. That's just remarkable to me.
It is remarkable. Actually, Dr. Garko, we've seen an incidence. There's 22-year-olds that come into the ER, crushing chest pain, same thing, presenting like a heart attack, but they just snorted cocaine. So the chemical reactions in the body cause these, as you talked about, apical ballooning of the ventricle, cardiomyopathy, their heart muscles not squeezing like it should. And unfortunately for those 22-year-olds that do the drugs, they're now cardiac cripples because they damage permanently their left ventricle by severe constriction with the cocaine. Yeah. But a caveat, though, with the Takotsubo, the stress, like you talked about, the surging circulating hormones that were just, I think, we're on the tip of the iceberg uncovering the effects of these on the body. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how the two, like I said, the 22-year-old, or generally it's older women, they feel that it might be the estrogen protection that's not present any longer.
I see.
That's additional causing problems.
I
with
see.
this Takotsubo.
And the word apical means apical are isn't that a kind of cell? Apical.
Actually, it's a location.
A location. Okay.
Apical refers to apex or apex of the heart, which when you make a fist, it would be the bottom of your heart where the left ventricle is.
Right. When we come back, I won't be able to do it now. I might even have an image, and I'll show. Because I have my anatomy. I always have my anatomy and physiology book with me. Some people carry the Bible. I bring the A&P book with me. Although the Bible's in the back seat of my car. And I went the other day to get my car washed, and the young man, he looked at me. He was cleaning out the back of the vehicle. He looked at me, and he looked at the back seat, looked at me, and he looked at me. He says, I could sort of read his nonverbal, and it was something like, gee, I thought this guy was a pagan. And he's got a Bible back here. Holy cow. No pun intended. Yeah, this is so intriguing to me. Romantic, sometimes, maybe we don't. Romantic breakups, divorces, breaking up with somebody in some form, are so devastating, can be so devastating. It affects people's health psychologically, physiologically. And of course, Valentine's Day is coming, and we'll be optimistic about all of this and hope that your Valentine, whoever that person may be, is indeed connected. Joan, I always appreciate your call, and I'm going to see if I can find an illustration of apical that we were talking about in my anatomy and physiology book. You got to think I'm strange, right? 87.
It all comes together now, Dr. Grosso.
Makes sense now, doesn't it? 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK, toll free. Give a call. We love talking to you. Be right back.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the Digestive Care Company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening, whatever you may be doing. You may be watching the show right now at letstalknutrition.com. You can do that, and you can watch it on demand because they're archived on the website right there on the homepage, and the audio of the show is also on demand under show schedule. So we got it covered. And follow us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Let's Talk Nutrition or /Dr. Michael Garko. That's my personal Facebook page. Sometimes people like to do that. Like the pages, and I'll like you back. So I've been talking about this syndrome. It's called broken heart syndrome. And it's real, but it has another name. It's called transient apical ballooning syndrome. They give these names, these medical terms, right? And it gets a little confusing. You say apical ballooning surface. I was mentioning to the caller, Joan, who's a nurse, about apical. Well, I wasn't altogether wrong in that you have different kinds of tissues in your body. This is important to know. Simple. I won't make it complicated. You got epithelial tissues, connective tissues, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. Turns out epithelial cells, epithelial tissue, is a big player. And that word apical has something to do with that kind of tissue. And what it is, apical means free. That word means free. It's the free surface, if you will, of an epithelial cell. It's the free surface. It's the surface of the cell that will face the body surface, a body cavity, an opening called a lumen, or a tubular duct that's that has received secretions. So it's the free surface of a cell. Apparently, that it's the ballooning, apical ballooning. Just so you know, words mean. It gets a little confusing. We try to do a little bit of that on the show, not too much. Otherwise, it gets a little tedious. 877-897-8255. Toll free. Give me a call. You eat fish, Stephen. You told me you eat fish a couple times a week.
Not that often. I would if I could. But sushi I'll do sometimes, but normal fish. My wife's not a huge fish fan, so it's kind of hard when everybody's have a family dinner and
I don't know.
Such.
I don't know what her instinct is on that, but she might be onto something.
Uh-oh.
Coming out of University of Michigan Health System, and I've talked about this on the show, and I think people need to eat fish. They need to get those omega-3 fatty acids. They're essential. The body doesn't make those fatty acids, so they're essential because in a sense that it's essential that you get them from food. And this study focuses on women, but I think it also has applicability to men. And one of the greatest risk factors for autoimmunity, this is when the immune system starts to attack the body, attack itself, where the immune system can't distinguish between self and other. And one of the greatest risk factors for autoimmunity among women of childbearing age is associated to their exposure of mercury as consumed or becoming in contact with through seafood. Mercury, they said in this study, even at low levels, is considered safe, but nevertheless was associated with autoimmunity. The last thing you need at a young age is to have some sort of autoimmune condition going on in your body. At any time, it's not good. Usually autoimmunity, it can happen, it can happen in childhood, depending on what the disease is. But as people age, the immune system goes a little haywire. And autoimmunity is, there are scores of autoimmune based diseases. Arthritis is an autoimmune. Many forms of arthritis, autoimmune, like rheumatoid arthritis, is autoimmune. Autoimmune disorders cause the body's immune system, as I said, to attack your healthy cells by mistake. Nearly 50 million Americans, and predominantly women, suffer from autoimmune disorders. Now, it's interesting that unfortunately, there seems to be a gender tendency here. Now, this study was published in a journal called Environmental Health Perspectives. I always tell you the journal, and if we have the news release, we'll put that up on the screen, and sometimes we'll have the actual study, and we'll put that up on if you're watching the show. So a Dr. Emily Summers, she's an associate professor in the departments of internal medicine in the division of rheumatology, environmental health sciences. Oh, my God, it goes on and on. But she said, we don't have a very good sense of why people develop autoimmune diseases. We now have the news release posted on the TV. A large number of cases, she said, are not explained by genetics. So she said, we believe studying environmental factors will help us to understand why autoimmunity happens and how we may be able to intervene to improve health outcomes. If you have arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, for example, you have an autoimmune disease. If you have lupus, you have an autoimmune disease. She goes on to say, in our study, exposure to mercury stood out as the main risk factor for autoimmunity. Now, autoimmune condition, I was alluding to some of these conditions. Inflammatory bowel disease, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis. They're among the 10 leading causes of death among women. So they looked at women between the ages of 16 and 49 from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey. It's called the NHANES, from 1999 to 2004. The greatest exposure to mercury was associated with a higher rate of autoantibodies, which is a precursor to autoimmune diseases. And they can they can do a blood test and they can determine that. These autoantibodies are proteins made by your immune system when it fails to distinguish between its own tissues and some potentially harmful tissues. In other words, it gets confused, your immune system. Your immune system is made up of cells and molecules. Turns out that eating fish is a risk factor for building up unwanted and perhaps dangerous levels of mercury in your body. That's bad news. I rarely eat big fish, not muscle fish, but the big fatty fish, salmon, tuna, and I love them, but I don't eat them on a regular basis. I eat the smaller fish, anchovies, sardines. In fact, I had anchovies and sardines last night with my salad. Why do I eat the smaller fish? Because they're at the bottom of the food chain, they're not as big and don't have as much fat, hence they hold less mercury. Come back, I'll tell you more.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Xenia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Xenia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Xenia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Xenia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Xenia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, collagen, and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you are strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Xenia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Xenia by name. Start taking Xenia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
I'm Dr. Michael Murray. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you about PGX, a truly revolutionary natural product that works perfectly to help get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult. PGX is a clinically proven way to help people to achieve their ideal body weight that is safe and natural. PGX leads to a dramatic reduction in the glycemic index of any food or meal. It also ultimately causes the release of compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. One, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and two, improving the action of the hormone insulin. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, it's not your fault. You just need the tremendous support that PGX can provide. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, please go to pgx.com.
Coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant nutrient. It protects against free radical damage, supports heart function, energy production, and immune response. Aging reduces our ability to absorb CoQ10 from our diet, so supplementing with a highly absorbable form of CoQ10 is the first step to ensuring optimal levels in the body. Secondly, typical CoQ10 supplements are in a ubiquinone or non-reduced form. For the body to use that type of CoQ10, it must first convert it to ubiquinol or the reduced form. QH Absorb is Jarrow Formula's highly absorbable and bioavailable CoQ10 supplement. Not only is QH Absorb more absorbable than traditional CoQ10 supplements, but as ubiquinol, it's already in a reduced bioavailable form. Your body can use QH Absorb without having to do any conversion work. Ask specifically for Jarrow Formula's QH Absorb at your favorite vitamin retailer. For more information on QH Absorb, go to jarrow.com. That's JARROW for the best and highly absorbable bioavailable CoQ10 supplements.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic Aged Garlic Extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic Aged Garlic Extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natural Factors, where great health begins. Right Way Nutrition. Nutrition the right way. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Time is flying today on the show. Man, I just looked at the... What is that, electronic clock? What do they call that clock? It's a digital clock, but there's another name. The time is so perfect on it. Yeah, atomic, whatever. By the way, I mispronounced Jody's last name. It's Agard.
Yeah, it was my fault.
Yeah, you gave me the wrong name, man. Yeah. Isn't there a famous musician, Agard? Tommy Agard? Okay. Now we're really confused.
Wow.
We'll just leave well enough alone. Jody Agard is her name.
Yes.
Let's go to Ann in Tampa. Broken hearts. Huh, Ann?
Yes. In 2003 and 2004, in 14 months, I lost both of my parents.
Oh.
My daughter had an accident. She fell in the bathtub, was knocked out, had a seizure, and the pressure was put on her optic nerves, and she became legally blind.
Oh.
All in 14 months. But how she reacted to that, plus the loss of my parents, was so traumatic because it was just a really tough time. I was with both of them when they died. In October of 2004, I seemed fine. I was fine for a long time. I mean, I was a really healthy person. I still am. But on Thursday, this was on a Monday, 2004 was on a Monday when I had this situation. But on Thursday prior to that, I got a very serious pain in my jaw. And I thought, I had been to the dentist a few months before that, and I thought, somehow I didn't think that was it. Plus, I had been reading about health and nutrition, as I think you probably know, because I've been on this show before.
I know.
For some time, and I had read about this situation, but it didn't have a name then. So what happened to me on Monday then, 4 days after this pain started, I got very seriously nauseous. Seriously nauseous. I hadn't been nauseous in something like 30 years at that point. And this jaw pain, that's all I had. I was babysitting with my granddaughter, and she was old enough to know there was something really wrong with me because she'd never seen me like that. She called my son. He came home, and I couldn't hardly speak. So they called the ambulance, and the EMT said, "Well, there's nothing. We don't see anything wrong with you. Nothing. None of the vitals were anything. Was nothing wrong with my vital signs." I said, "I really need to go to the hospital," and I tried to explain that it was not a heart attack, but something like that. And I went to the hospital, and the next day I was just fine. I did a stress test. My heart was strong. The heart was good and everything. About 6 months after this situation, in USA Today had an article, and I think it was Johns Hopkins, but I could be wrong on the hospital. They had been doing a study on this syndrome.
This syndrome.
And it came out, and that's the first time I heard the term broken heart syndrome.
Yeah.
It was in 2004, 2005.
I mean,
and that's the way it is, and so many people have that. And they use in the article they talked about, like, people who are, like, let's say you surprise someone, they're having a birthday party, and everybody jumps, use the situation of a woman who had a surprise birthday party, and everybody jumped out at her and said surprise, and she had it happen to her.
Wow.
People that lose loved ones and that sort of thing.
I know. Excuse me. To lose both your parents and then that tragic accident with your daughter. I mean, human beings can endure a lot, but everyone has it. There's a breaking point. You can only endure so much, and it's stressful. It's very stressful, and stress is a real concept. It's, chemicals are released, stress chemicals, and they have all kinds of consequences when in excess, as we know. I talk about this on the show a lot. And the connection between the mind and the body. In Western medicine, I think we've come to understand it. I mean, theoretically, we get it, but it's more in Eastern medicine. Ayurvedic medicine, Chinese medicine.
I've read about that.
Those ancient ways of medicine, they understand it better, I think. And when you look at all the different so-called alternative therapies, acupuncture is not an alternative therapy in some of these other cultures. I find that humorous. We consider it alternative. Well, according to Western standards. But my point is that they understand this connection between the mind and the body. And I think we would do better if we emphasize that a little bit more in the practice of Western medicine. Because oftentimes things are ineffable. They're inexplainable. And we don't know why. It could be because there's that connection and we're missing an important piece. But I do appreciate, you learn how to cope, right? I mean, that's what you've had to learn to do. How's your daughter, by the way?
She's fine. She still struggles with it because she was she had an MBA with straight A's in college. She was a tax accountant and auditor, and it changed her life, of course. So she struggles a little bit with it, but she's learned to live with it now. And
so she lost her eyesight permanently?
No, not permanently. Only part of her eyesight, but it's enough that she was determined to be legally blind. and she can actually see things in the distance, but it's this close work that she had trouble doing. That's where the real damage was. It's really interesting when you learn about the optic nerves too, because in the eyes, it's people think just because you're legally blind you can't see, you can't walk,
that's not
you
necessarily,
can't read, you can't drive. It's not true.
That's not true. Well, these are things that happen to other people, right? Until they happen to you.
But you know what the interesting thing was, Dr. Garko? The hospital and the EMTs, nobody knew about this. And when I got my records back from the hospital and looked at them, they continually said throughout, because they knew it had something related to the heart. Everywhere in the records, everyone that spoke with me said something about, pain in my chest. I never once had anything but pain in my jaw.
I see. Not only did they misunderstand, they misrepresented what you experienced.
Exactly. And everywhere they talked about pain in my chest, and everyone's had that. Didn't have trouble breathing.
See, what you needed was a good nurse like Ann, who lives in Largo, to be around in that emergency room. She's so good. I mean, that's what you need. And, there's so much to know about medicine and the practice of medicine, and even the best trained you can't know it all, and hopefully you have enough people around that collectively their IQs and their knowledge will help save that patient's life. But I want to thank you for calling and sharing that story. Other people listening to what you had to say is meaningful. Trust me.
I've tried to tell people this because it's so, and I've read so much more about it since then because it really is more in the news now.
Sure.
And that's why I try to tell women, it can be a pain in your back. It can be a pain like it was in my jaw. It can be nothing more than that, and that's what it can be.
Sure enough.
That's what's the sad thing about it.
I know. Well, I wish and I extend the best of health to you and your daughter. And again, thank you so much for listening, and especially
thank you for letting me share.
Oh, it's
help some people.
That's what we do. That's why we do the show. So thank you, and happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. Same to you.
All right. We'll be back. And we'll continue our conversation. And, we go in different directions and different dimensions of health, wellness, and well-being. We have a guest in the second hour. Imagine that. Guests show up around here, right, Stephen? Sometimes. No. We have a great guest, and we'll introduce her to you. And we have much to talk about. We'll be back.
Feel time.
made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom.
Get ready to get healthy. Get ready to get fit. Get ready to take charge of your health. Get ready to listen, learn, and live healthier because your health is your wealth. It's time for some information and inspiration. It's time to talk about health and nutrition. Nutrition for your body, for your mind, for your spirit. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, supplementation for when you don't. Let's Talk Nutrition. Scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Daily prizes and giveaways. Follow Dr. Garko on Twitter at Dr. Garko and on Facebook at facebook.com/Dr. Michael Garko. Now, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Butter, red meat. Good for you or not? Experts have been all over the lot on these foods and related foods. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. We do that around here. Talk about nutrition, and we talk about a lot of other things in that we use nutrition as the platform, as the pathway to all the different dimensions of health, wellness, and well-being. The point of view on this show is that nutrition is among the primary pathways, if maybe the principal pathway, to health, wellness, and well-being, and that all roads begin and eventually end with nutrition. They have to. How is the body going to grow, develop, heal itself, do the repair that it needs to do along the way, perform? How does that happen? Yeah. So that's why we have that point of view. And that's why the show is called Let's Talk Nutrition. And you can talk about it till kingdom come or end of days. And you won't exhaust the topic. I'm always that phrase, end of days, that expression, end of days, of course, that biblical term for the end of the world, end of days. Oh my God. No pun intended. Red meat and butter. Listen, it's so confusing. And there have been health warnings about foods high in saturated fats, such as butter, whole milk, red meat, and so on, for a number of decades now. And it's been back and forth, back and forth. There was a story, it appeared, it was trending this morning. My guest is going to be Dr. Audrey Ross. I'll implicate her in this story, but she has a particular topic she wants to explore today. But I'll ask her about this. I would be remiss, though, if I didn't tell you about this story that's trending. It's everywhere. And CBS, I want to give them credit. I found on CBSnews.com, I found a nice story of it, and I'm showing it. If you're watching the show at letstalknutrition.com, you see some toast with a pat of butter shaped in the heart, I guess for Valentine's Day. They're on the ball there at CBS. So giving them attribution. Good article, very well done. And this new report published online in the journal BMJ, British Medical Journal, Open Heart, calls this long-standing advice into question. The advice, avoid red meat, butter, and heavily saturated fat foods. These researchers did a review, what they call a meta-analysis, and they analyzed the clinical trials that were originally used back in the 1970s and 80s as the basis for the warnings for people not to eat diets high in saturated fat. And then, that it spawned margarine and all these non-fat kind of products, fat substitute, whatever. And in fact, things have changed so much that the new dietary guidelines are sort of loosening the restrictions on cholesterol, which is associated theoretically with saturated fat. Nevertheless, it is confusing. And they said that the clinical trials, all published before 83, looked at dietary fat, serum cholesterol, and the chances of developing coronary heart disease. And in their meta-analysis, quote, they, quote, did not find any relationship between dietary fat intake and deaths from coronary heart disease or all causes, end quote, the new report stated. Even study participants, they said, who had significantly reduced their cholesterol levels during the course of the trials that they did back then, those people did not end up living longer. So those guidelines were formally introduced in the United States in 1977 and recommended limiting fat to no more than 30% of total calories and saturated fat to no more than 10%. Butter became the usual suspect in the lineup for heart disease. And people started to give up eggs, cheese, cream, whole milk, thick, juicy, wonderful tasting steaks because they didn't want to get heart disease. Well, did the rate of heart disease go down? Answer? No. No, didn't. The dietary guidelines encouraged Americans to shift to a high carbohydrate diet, said Nina Telkos, investigative journalist and author of The Big Fat Surprise, Why Butter, Meat, and Cheese Belong in a Healthy Diet. That's what she said to CBS News. She said, taking meat, butter, dairy, and cheese off the plate and replacing them with carbohydrates, in a word, coincided with an alarming increase in obesity rates and related health problems. She's right about that. So they told people to eat the carbs. Now they're telling people to cut back on the carbs. See how confusing this is? There are only 3 macronutrients: protein, carbohydrate, and fat. That's it. So the authors of this most recent study now conclude that those low dietary fat guidelines were never supported by scientific evidence, and they said this, quote, should not have been introduced, end quote. Well, too late now. Too late now. They said these studies find that people do not live longer by cutting out saturated fat. They simply never did, end quote. So said Dr. Tychols. Now, all that being said, you might be wondering, well, what's my position on this? I'm concerned about this message because telling people, don't worry about the saturated fat, have at it. Eat all the saturated fat you want, I'm telling you, is problematic. I'm not the only one that thinks this way. I'm in good company. Dr. David Katz of Yale Prevention Research Center said in a recent column that there's been no research that, quote, suggests there is a health benefit derived from adding butter, meat, or cheese to our diets. So he's right, end quote. He said the weight of the evidence is very much to the contrary, and I agree with him. You tell me how telling people, messaging the idea that go ahead, eat saturated fat-laden fat foods. Go ahead. It's going to improve your health. Really? I don't think so. People can only eat so much in one day. I know that's hard to believe, but they can only eat so much in one day. What about, where are the plants in this conversation? What about, the people only get, 5, 10 grams, maybe 10 grams of fiber a day. They should be up in the 30, 40, 50 gram range, according to many experts. Now they're going to load up on the butter, the cheese, and all the, the steak and the whatever. Go ahead. Yeah, right. They're going to pay attention. Just keep it at 30%. Really? They can't do that now. Now you're telling them that it's okay. You're giving them the green light to do it. That's the wrong way to message this, in my opinion. My guest is Dr. Audrey Ross. You probably totally disagree with me.
I agree with you 100%. This is a dangerous article I'm seeing come out and all the information about it. And I agree with you. Saturated fat in meats and butters and all that is not just something you can freely consume. You have to watch your diet. You need good fats like the monounsaturated fats like avocado.
Sure. And many other.
That would be,
yeah.
That's an excellent source of fat. We do need
coconut.
Fat in our diet.
Coconut,
right? Olive oil, nuts and seeds. They forget about all those. Those weren't brought up at all. It was like, okay, go eat butter, go eat a steak.
And
okay.
yeah, and what about the essential, the omega-3s, for heaven's sake? That the voice you heard is Dr. Audrey Ross. I wanted to get her on before those messages would come back. I'll ask her to comment further on this. She's always pretty sensible. I can always rely on that.
Still looking for your fountain of youth?
It's countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Over the past 60 years, I have prescribed and been introduced to countless health therapies from around the world. I formulated Medi-C Plus, a natural remedy with high amounts of vitamin C and lysine for maintaining strong bones, cartilage, teeth, and gums, and aiding in collagen formation. Now in my 90s, Medi-C Plus is my insurance for the maintenance of good health. Make Medi-C Plus a part of your daily health routine too.
Available at health food stores and specialty pharmacies.
Oceans 3 was created with a simple premise in mind. Develop a line of premium omega-3 fish oil formulations that met or exceeded the market leader in quality, and then go beyond omega-3 by providing amplified benefits and value to the consumer. Oceans 3 contains ultra-pure, high-potency fish oil, along with astaxanthin and fucoxanthin. Each of these ingredients, when taken individually, have superb benefits. When they are combined into the exciting compound omega-xanthin, they work synergistically to amplify their already amazing benefits. In addition to the synergy of omega-xanthin, Oceans 3 offers unrivaled purity and greater value than the leading omega-3 fish oils available today, making the Oceans 3 family of products the best choice for anyone looking to add a healthy dose of omega-3 fats and a giant dose of extraordinary health to their lives.
Are you looking for a product that will aid weight loss both safely and naturally? That will stimulate your metabolism and reduce the absorption of fat from food? Then look no further than Right Way Nutrition. As featured on national daytime health shows, Right Way Nutrition is a premium dietary and nutritional supplement provider who believes the best form of encouragement is results. Right Way Nutrition aims to provide customers with the most superior and effective products available. Right Way Nutrition's 100% pure green coffee bean extract with Svetol does just that. While green coffee bean extract may not be new to the scene, Right Way Nutrition offers a new and improved formula of green coffee bean extract infused with their trademark ingredient Svetol, which is proven to be a vital ingredient for successful weight loss results. Right Way Nutrition provides you with a fast-acting, healthy, effective green coffee bean extract proven to naturally and safely aid weight loss. Your search for the perfect natural weight loss supplement is over. Right Way Nutrition's 100% pure green coffee bean extract with Svetol will help you reach all your weight loss goals.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace for a good night's rest naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Flexin, the joint health experts. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Yeah, that's all right. Go ahead. Eat the eggs, the milk, the whole milk, the butter, the cheese, the steak. Don't worry about it. No. Not. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. I know it's confusing, and try to sort through it. It's a mess. The advice is back and forth. How about moderation? My guest is I don't know. I'm just saying. My guest is Dr. Audrey Ross, and again, I can always count on her to be sensible. Dr. Ross, we'll get to your topic, and but I'm so curious because I respect your opinion, and you're so well informed, and I know that you're conscientious about things. How do you make this all out, and what are you saying to people?
Well, I agree with you. This is a dangerous thing that has come out, and moderation is the key. I mean, we have to look at that. And I remember back in the day that we were talking about, no fat, go to margarine. Well, then what did we find out? The trans fats, they were causing more problems than we ever dreamed possible because we didn't have the research on it. And the people that listen and try to be healthy and try to do the right thing get so confused and frustrated because of this bouncing back and forth. If you're looking at preventing heart disease, why don't you look back at the DASH diet? That's tried and proven. Does that say eat butter and cheese and beef? No. So we have to step back and say, wait a second. Let's look at the big picture. Mm-hmm. We know we need good fats in our diet. That's an important part of our diet. We need that. But we need monounsaturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, omega-3s. They should have said eat some fish and chicken and vegetables with small amounts of butter rather than margarine. I am very much against margarine because of the trans
Sure.
fat.
I mean, if I'm in a restaurant, and this is rare that I'll do it, if they put butter down on a table, and they'll say, "Would you prefer margarine?" I'll say, "No, just leave the butter." I might take a little bit, put it on the crust of the bread. You know, if it's Italian bread or French, I'll just eat the crust. And I'll do that. But look, I mean, there are only 3 macronutrients, Dr. Ross.
Right.
Protein, and the advice they gave people then was to eat a high carbohydrate diet. Well, that led to just as much heart disease as a high fat diet.
Exactly, and it also added to weight gain, especially in the belly area, blood sugar issues. When I would see people come to my office and they would give me, well, I seem to be gaining weight and my hair's brittle, my skin feels like alligator skin, and I'm just craving carbohydrates. I said, you're on a fat-free diet. Well, yes, back in the day when they said stay away from the fat. Mm-hmm. That's what people triggered into. Now they're saying, it's okay to eat that. That's such mixed messaging, and we get it in all areas. And a lot of it has to do with technology and how we're sharing information. It's like blasted across. But if you think back in the 70s, what we had as far as technology for determining whether it be heart disease, even MRIs, and all the things that the medical field uses for diagnostic has changed so much.
Yep.
So we're learning now more and more things because of this technology, but sometimes it ends up shooting us in the foot.
Well, and one more point on this, and we'll let it go. When they have this conversation, when experts have this conversation, they fixate on heart disease. They talk about fat and heart disease. Well, I have a news bulletin for them. Go to PubMed, type in high-fat diet, and type in the keyword disease, and see how many thousands of hits you're going to get. It turns out that a high-fat diet is correlated. Colorectal cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer. I can go down the list. They're fixated. You think you only had one organ system in the human body, for heaven's sake.
Right.
Right? They're so fixated on the heart and fat. But I repeat, notice my language, a high-fat diet constituted too much of the unhealthy fats is a risk factor in not only for heart disease, but for cancer of other organ systems. I'm just saying, I'm a researcher. I do this for a living. My God, I can read. I get that drives me crazy because I worry that people are going to read that and hear that story and say, "Oh, you know what, Martha? Cook up the steak, get that butter on the table. We're going to have high fat dinners from now on." Really? George will be dead in 6 months. Welcome to the show, Dr. Ross.
I agree with you.
Honest to God. Please, they need to show some communication discipline in their messaging.
Why don't they talk about moderation?
Yeah, why don't they? That doesn't come in a pill, though.
Exactly.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Got to have a little passion from time to time. You got to stand for something, or you won't. You got to do that.
That's right.
So you wanted to talk about. I was looking at my notes the notes that you sent me about what you wanted to focus on. You wanted to talk about certification and the quality of Country Life products in response to the New York Attorney General's report and negative findings dealing with some of the supplement products they looked at. I reported on this story at least 2 or 3 times, but it merits another look. And I'm curious as to what your take on this is.
Well,
we're going to head in. We'll give you a chance when we come back, and we'll devote the rest of the show. I don't want to cut you off right in the middle of your take on it.
My train of thought.
Yeah. So we'll come back, and I'm curious as to what Country Life's view about all this is, and we do believe in supplementation around here, but it's within the context of diet and lifestyle, and supplementation has its place, but it's not to replace living well and eating well. Be right back.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Renew Life, the Digestive Care Company, Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing, Greens Plus, superfood for super health, Medi-C Plus, for heart health and more. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Let's Talk Nutrition, on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back and welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever, however you may be listening, whatever you may be doing, and you may be watching the show right now at letstalknutrition.com. You can do that because we stream the show, and you can watch it on demand because the shows are archived, the video and the audio. The audio is under show schedule. The video is right on the home page. My guest is Dr. Audrey Ross, educator for Country Life. Last week, the New York Attorney General targeted certain retailers and their selling of supplements. And the Attorney General accused 4 major retailers last week of selling fraudulent and potentially dangerous herbal supplements to consumers. And he sent them a cease and desist letter demanding that they immediately, no sooner and quicker than that, if they could, remove the products from their shelves. This has stirred up a lot of controversy back and forth. I was reading a response by GNC. I'll get to that in a minute, but I wanted to get Dr. Ross, you wanted to talk about this, and Country Life's position on this. Dr. Ross, welcome back, and go ahead.
Well, thank you. And the reason I wanted to talk about this, I was in New York when this story broke last week, and it was all over the news up there, plus on the national news. They were talking about the focus of some products may or may not have in them what they say they do, and to always get your products from a third-party certified supplier, which Country Life is. I'm very proud to be associated with Country Life because of the integrity and the quality of the products. But what's interesting is they used DNA testing to find if there was the DNA of the ingredients in there. And what's interesting is FDA doesn't use DNA testing. That's not how they measure what's in there. And DNA testing can have significant limitations as far as testing herbal supplements or supplements of any kind. But the gist of the whole article, the gist of the whole commentary was make sure when you're buying supplements that you look for a quality supplement that does have third-party testing. And that's what we at Country Life really stand behind because we have so many third-party certifications, more so than most all other manufacturers out there in our price category, that we're proud to stand behind our products. You know, when we bring in raw materials to make Country Life products, they're actually quarantined until those raw materials go through a battery of tests to make sure that they are what they're supposed to be. And that, to me, stands out leaps and bounds because we have that quality control of every ingredient that goes into our product because we manufacture them in Hauppauge, New York. So I think the whole takeaway from this is step back, look at your supplements. And I know people are looking at dollars and being cost conscious, but when it comes to your health, there's no amount of money that is worth not doing the best for your body. Right, to find the best product to put, in your body to get the best results. You alluded to DNA testing. It's called DNA barcoding. Now, DNA barcoding has been used in some somewhat infamous cases of food fraud where they were selling catfish sold as a grouper, sheep's milk cheese that was really made from cow's milk, and so on. They use DNA barcoding to do that kind of thing. The question becomes, can you use that technique when you're testing herbal supplements to see if the DNA in the ingredients matches what's claimed? There is a lot of commentary that DNA barcoding is not an effective method to do that, and that the Attorney General and his cohorts should have known better when they went and did this expose. I would be shocked if one day somebody hadn't walked into the New York Attorney General's office and say to him,
Mr. Attorney General, there is some question about DNA barcoding. I mean, he has to have a bunch of smart people around him. And I just wonder. And I haven't heard a reporter ask him that question yet. Maybe they have. I just haven't seen it. I can't see all the reports. But nevertheless, that GNC has pushed back, and they're complaining that this is unfair and not right. So your answer to that, though, would be what? Send it out to a third party.
Well, in third-party certifications, for example, we're gluten-free, certified by GFCO. They come in and check the facility. They come in and make sure that all of our paper trails and all of our facility, everything meets their standards. USDA Organic, they come in every year. They check the facility. So for someone to send out a third-party certification or come into the facility and inspect the facility, that is a better way to look at keeping the quality and the integrity of the product. The DNA testing, where someone went in and took a product and sent it out for DNA testing, barcoding, that question comes up as, wait, is this the best way for herbal supplements or supplements of any kind? FDA says no, it's chemical. But the Council for Responsible Nutrition has also kind of pushed back and said, wait, the DNA barcoding can be skewed dramatically just because of other ingredients that may be in the product. For example, rice powder. Mm-hmm. Rice powder is going to dominate a barcode.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of things that DNA barcoding doesn't do. For example, it doesn't identify levels of dyes or toxins. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. Go ahead. No, finish your
People
thought.
would think that it would, it would cover all that, but it really doesn't. So FDA says, no, that's really not the best way. And people don't realize that supplement manufacturers they're not specifically regulated by FDA, but FDA does have some input there. For example, they can come in because we're a USDA certified organic manufacturer. That's all part of their jurisdiction. So this really has sparked a lot of controversy, and a lot of manufacturers are looking at how can we combat this. So that's why the Council for Responsible Nutrition and their website people can go to and look at that, CRN _ supplements or CRN.org. They have a lot of information on there.
Sure.
And they're the ones who are trying to work with the New York Attorney General, plus make an impact so that there's not going to be other states that are going to start doing the same thing. And then people get all worried about supplementation. And we look at supplementation as a means to help supplement what we're doing in our diet, not to replace what we're doing. It's a supplement, and we do need those things.
Absolutely. GNC did push back, and I saw a story that was published in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Of course, I was born and raised in Pittsburgh. The first health store I ever went into was at a GNC store. They have their headquarters, corporate headquarters on 6th Avenue in downtown Pittsburgh. And the company has around 16,000 employees, 8,800 retail locations company-wide. They're around the world. Big company. They wrote a pushback on it, and they're saying that this was, a bad study, and they didn't ask for an apology, though.
Are you able to consume the recommended 6 to 8 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in a day for optimal health and well-being? Who has time to prepare and eat that many servings? Now there is a way to consume 5 whole servings of fresh fruits and vegetables in an easy-to-mix drink. That's half of your daily recommended servings in one drink. Introducing Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst Powder, made up of 29 enzymatically alive whole foods, along with 7 antioxidant-rich berry extracts in a delicious powder form that you can easily mix into water or your favorite fruit juice. Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst contains sea vegetables, probiotics, organic grasses, and herbal extracts that help to support the immune system, provide increased energy, provide an alkaline pH, and cleanse and detoxify the body. No heat is used in the processing of Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst, so it is enzymatically alive, just like fresh fruits and vegetables. You can find Greens Plus Wild Berry Burst at your local health food store. Ask for it by name.
Did you know that doctors recommend omega-3 essential fatty acids for kids and grown-ups alike? Nordic Naturals, the #1 fish oil in the U.S., offers omega-3s for everyone. In fact, Nordic Naturals has one of the largest product portfolios in the world. Our best-selling Ultimate Omega is available in soft gels or liquid, both with a light, clean lemon flavor and no fishy aftertaste. This concentrated formula has been clinically shown to support heart health. For children, kids everywhere love Nordic Naturals Children's DHA, offered in great-tasting strawberry liquid or chewable soft gels. New Omega Boost is a creamy, delicious formulation of omega-3s. With its great mango taste and velvety smooth texture, Nordic Naturals Omega Boost is a great choice for the whole family. Nordic Naturals carefully manages every step of production of our omega-3 fish oils from boat to bottle, so you can count on Nordic Naturals to be exceptionally pure, fresh, and effective. Nordic Naturals for kids and grown-ups alike. Available at natural products retailers or online at nordicnaturals.com.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com.
Medi-C Plus. The C in Medi-C Plus stands for vitamin C, and the plus stands for lysine. Did you know vitamin C is arguably the most important water-soluble antioxidant in the human body? Or that we cannot produce vitamin C on our own like animals do? We need Medi-C Plus to meet our daily needs. Medi-C Plus provides the body with a high concentration of vitamin C and lysine, which work together to build collagen for optimal heart health. Dr. Gifford Jones, graduate of the Harvard Medical School, developed Medi-C Plus after his own heart attack 16 years ago. With the help of Medi-C Plus, Dr. Gifford Jones is now a healthy 91 years old. But Medi-C Plus is not just for heart health. Medi-C Plus also benefits your immune system, vision, promotes healthy skin, provides support for healthy teeth and gums, healthy joints, and much more. So make Medi-C Plus part of your daily routine and enjoy healthy living. Medi-C Plus at your local vitamin discount center and all fine health food stores. You can also order online at mymedi-c.com or call toll-free at 1-844-871-0069. When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Natural Factors, where great health begins. Right Way Nutrition. Nutrition the right way. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Let's Talk Nutrition, on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. You could win a $25 supplement gift card and a trip to Vegas. No, we stop at the gift card. Earlier in the show, I was talking about a syndrome. And the syndrome is tied to a particular event that's going to be coming up in a few days. That's the hint. Was I talking about carpal tunnel syndrome, Down syndrome, broken heart syndrome, or Guillain-Barré syndrome? Which one did I talk about? Carpal tunnel syndrome, Down syndrome, broken heart syndrome, or Guillain-Barré syndrome? 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK, toll free. Win the gift card. Welcome back, Dr. Ross. So at Country Life, you're trying to make some extraordinary effort, to make sure the raw materials are the best raw materials you can get. You even quarantine them when they come in. They get tested. And you don't just rely on companies selling you the raw material. You test the materials yourself, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. We have a lot of testing that goes on before they even leave the quarantine area to go into production. And what's interesting is I love Country Life with our Pledge of Integrity. That's our number one ingredient. And our Pledge of Integrity, we've got 5 basic standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency of formula, and accuracy of labeling. And
okay, you read those pretty fast. What are those 5 elements of integrity?
Authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency of the formula, and accuracy of labeling. And we're so proud of this statement and our desire to do this that we put our Pledge of Integrity on the front of every one of our bottles. But because we do such extensive testing on all of our raw materials, we're proud of the fact that we can, without ever doubting, say what is on that label is in that product.
That means something to a consumer. After all, they walk into a health store, there are literally thousands of bottles, packages, boxes, whatever, containers of product, and hundreds and maybe even thousands of different companies, depending on how big the store is. At least hundreds of different companies represented in all those thousands of products. It can be very confusing and daunting to a consumer. You know, you could have a very fancy-looking bottle with a nice label, and it could be junk inside that junk supplement. It could be a junk supplement.
Exactly. There could be advertising going on. There could be coupons for it. People think, oh, this is a great deal. But you have to step back and say, let's look at the company. And that's where Country Life, been in business since 1971, we've always had that Pledge of Integrity, but because of how the industry is changing and because of things that are going on in the industry, we now step up and say, look, we're going to put this on the front of every one of our bottles. We are proud of the quality of our product and at an affordable price.
Absolutely. And Country Life supplements and products are sold throughout the United States in fine health food stores. And there's a fine place to live. It's called Palm Harbor, Florida. Mildred, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Hi.
How are you, Mildred?
Okay.
So what was that syndrome I talked about earlier in the show? Was it carpal tunnel, Down syndrome, broken heart syndrome, or Guillain-Barré syndrome? What was it?
Broken heart.
Yeah, for Valentine's Day, there is such a syndrome. My goodness, broken heart syndrome. I hope nobody's going to experience a broken heart on Valentine's Day. That's just dreadful.
Right.
Congratulations. How are you, Mildred?
Okay, I just wanted to tell you a good deal I got at Vitamin Discount Place.
What did you get?
I got the hair, nail, and Zinnia thing.
Oh, the Zinnia product. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the 2 bottles for $34.99.
Good for you. What did you do? Did you pull out the revolver in your purse? No.
No, they had
I'm
a
just
special
kidding.
on it.
I know.
And then once a month they send you a discount card.
Yeah.
And then it so happened on that discount card had $5 off the Zinnia thing.
Well, good for you. See, you scored.
Yeah,
Great.
so I say $44.99.
Congratulations. All right.
Isn't that great?
That's very good for you. That's a smart shopper. Right. And congratulations on winning a $25 supplement gift card. I know you're a regular listener, and I want you to know how much we appreciate your listenership, Mildred. Thank you. And Dr. Ross, we appreciate you as well, and you're a great educator for Country Life. You travel around the country, don't you?
I do. My region that I cover is everything west of the Mississippi.
Oh,
so
my
I'm
God.
gone pretty much every week.
Everything west of the Mississippi.
Everything west of the Mississippi.
Do you ever go home? Jeez.
No, very, very seldom home.
My goodness. And you get to see all kinds of people with all kinds of issues and whatnot, yes?
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of my joy of educating on Country Life, that we do have products, an A to Z company that can help everyone at a very good price and the quality, because that is something people really need to look at, is the quality and the integrity of the company. What are the third-party testing? And people appreciate knowing how to read a label or look for the certifications. And that's something that I see nationwide, is people wanting to know how to do that and not really knowing how to do it.
Well, they're lucky to have you, and you have Tracy Kreider, who is your colleague, and she has everything east of the Mississippi.
That's right.
Oh, the two of you.
We're busy girls.
I know that, and and if you see her, tell her we send our best, and we were asking about her, and we always appreciate, again, you coming on to the show and sharing your expertise and a lot of background. Man, you have a lot of experience. A listener appreciates it, and so do I. Country Life vitamins are sold in fine health food stores throughout the United States. Go to, what is it? What's the website?
CountryLifeVitamins.com.
Yeah, and where in New York is the office and the plant located?
On Long Island in Hauppauge.
There you go. I'm sure you've been through that plant, right?
I was there last week.
I've never been.
You need to go. We need to get you there.
Yeah, I would like to see that plant. That's one plant I haven't been to. I would like to see it. All right.
Visit us at Expo, and we'll get you there.
Okay, I'll come see you in Expo West.
Okay.
Take care of yourself, safe travels, and keep educating, Dr. Ross.
We'll do it. You have a great rest of the day.
Thanks. You do the same. And please have a great, I'll pick up where Dr. Ross left off. Please have a great rest of the day. Take care of yourself, and keep this thought in your mind, please. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.